Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about how do you rent in this crazy market. How do you rent? How can I help you? Can I give you some tips? What can I do?
Hey, I think there's a mistake on this application. It says I gotta show 3 times the rent. Yes, that's correct. For what? Job's not even paying 3 times the rent. Sir, I don't make the rules. I just work here.
Sir, I don't make the rules. I just work here.
My apologies. You know what? I'm gonna help you out. Can I see that for a second? See? Thank you. I knew you was one of the good ones. Seems like you can't afford this place. You might want to try the Hood Apartments. Yeah, they're down the street.
Yeah, like this traffic just to go 2 exits is just too much. So if you're from TikTok, welcome to my channel. Subscribe, like, and if you're not, hey. So our market is, to say the least, it's frustrating, and I feel like, especially for my millennials, my people, y'all my age, I want to show you, I want to educate you on understanding this market and how do you get an apartment dealing with all that's going on. So of course every state and city is different, it's all different, but let me give you some tips and some tricks on how to get your application accepted, on how to be taken serious so young. Okay, so number 1, who are you as a person? I think that's number 1. You have to figure out what is going to set you aside from any other renters. So how's your credit, right? What are you doing in your free time? Are you a partier? Like, do you typically stay at home? Do you have a full-time job? Are you working? Are you also going to school? Like, those are things that a landlord is going to want to know. I should have mentioned this first, but as a product, as a child of a family who's in real estate, a landlord, their job is not easy, right? Because typically they have other things that they're working on. They probably have a full-time job, or they have a lot of investment properties. Like, they're not just kicking back collecting rent all day. So you have to realize that this is their investment at the end of the day. So I've seen on TikTok, I'm gonna add one of the TikToks if I can, somebody's like, how are these people gonna expect me to make 3 times the rent that they're asking for us to pay? And I'm like, well, they're doing that just to make sure that you can afford the apartment, right? Like, you shouldn't pay for anything that is exactly what you make or a little bit under what you make. That doesn't make sense. 33% of your income makes sense, and let me tell you why. It makes sense because you need money to pay for the utility bills. You need money to pay for your food. You need money to pay for your car note. There's so many other bills that are involved in surviving that you may not account for. So let's say you make as much as you're trying to rent for. If you make $3,500 a month and you're trying to rent for $3,500 a month, or even $2,500 a month, what if you don't work your full 40 hours that week and you don't make as much money? Oh, now you can't pay the rent. Now you gotta decide between your car note and paying the rent. You're gonna pay that car note. You're not gonna pay that rent. Let's be honest, let's be real, right? So they say 33% to make sure that you are locked in, that you do maneuver if you need to. I think that's number 1 that really needs to be taken into account for, because everybody wants an apartment, but there's so much that comes with that. When I got my first apartment, I'm trying to think back, my mom definitely paid my rent for a while. She definitely did, because I wasn't ready. Like, I got my new job, I was promoted, I got my job, but I wasn't ready. And it's true, you do need to make 3 times the rent that you're trying to rent for. It just makes sense. It just makes sense. I think if we just go back, so number 1 is understanding that this is someone else's investment property. So they're going to treat it as such. You're just not gonna let anyone come in because they say, oh, we can figure out how to make $2,000 a month, $1,000. That's not how it works. So making sure that you understand with the mindset that this is not about you, this is about them. This is their investment property. And one day you might be in the same position and you'll understand. So this is theirs. That's number 1. And they don't owe you anything. They don't. Number 2, coming up with a story or figuring out who you are as an individual and why you stand out from the next person. So at the time when I got my apartment, I was 19 and I was in college, but I was also working full time. And I would work, I left class was at like 7:30 in the morning, and I didn't come home sometimes until like 10:30 at night. So I was working and going to school. I was busy all the time. So there really wasn't time for me to have people over and be loud and be reckless, right, at 19, because I was so busy. So that's something to take into account for. Making sure that you have a story and you want the person to understand who you are as a person, and that you're here to give value to them and you're not here to be a headache. Because if you walk in talking about I don't have my deposit right now, but I have this. I don't have this, but I have this. And my cousin might be coming, my cousin might be living here. Like, it's just too much. Don't have a crazy story. Just be very direct. It's like, I want to live here and this is what I can offer you. I think that would help you a lot. Number 3 is having your finances in order. Making sure that you have worked at a job for a consistent period of time. Not saying, oh, I work at Target, and there's nothing wrong with working at Target, but let's say, for example, I work at Target 40 hours a week and I do Uber on the side sometimes. No, if you're gonna do Uber, you go hard at Uber and you show at least 2 months of consistent payments that you work a certain amount of hours every week. You want to show consistency, and that will work in your favor. But you have to make sure that you have all of your ducks in a row when you go to submit that rental application to them. If you have a realtor, the realtor's gonna be honest with you and tell you, this is not gonna work right now. You gotta do this, this, and this in order for it to work. The reason why I decided to make this video was because I had someone call me the other day and they're like, hey Jazz, I'm getting an apartment. And I'm like, girl, that's fine, I can help you. But you need to be honest with me about your income. I need to see pay stub. I need to know, what do you do? And the conversation went from, I'm ready to move, to, I think I might have to wait a little bit. So we came up with a plan, and she'll be ready in about 2 months to be able to move. But moving is not simple, moving is not easy. Getting a rental apartment, especially now, is a lot harder than it was before. What might save you is if you decide to, a rooming partner. So have a buddy or a friend. I typically not to say buddy or a friend, like somebody you really don't know, because it makes it easier to live in a house with somebody that you don't know, because expectations stay high and nothing gets blurred. But it may make sense for you to room with somebody and have someone else in the rental. That might be helpful for you. Or if you have like a group of like 4 or 5 friends and you all make enough money, maybe live in a house together. So those are a few options, but I think number 1 is realizing that landlords don't owe you anything, and that if you want it, you have to present yourself as such to be able to get that. So your deposit is ready. You need the money. If you can show the money, you're halfway there. Making sure that your pay stubs are in order, and then you can go from there. But if you're having a hard time looking for an apartment, definitely reach out to a local agent. Reach out to someone that's able to assist you and help you move forward in your process, and so that you don't feel like you're getting denied from a whole bunch of apartment complexes and no one can help you. Sit down with the realtor, come up with a plan so that they are able to assist you in moving forward. And don't give up. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you and have a great day. Again, this is Jazzy the Realtor. Like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.